Well, hello, lovely ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the third place playoff of the Celebrity FIFA World Cup. Battling for the bronze medal today, we've got Russia and Germany, and battling it out in the commentary booth with me, we've got Alan Smith. Alan, welcome along.
Hello.
So today we'll find out who gets the third place crown in the Celebrity FIFA World Cup. Don't go anywhere, folks. Join us next. And it's live! So starting for Russia today in goal, once again for them, is Lev Yashin. They're playing a back four of Irina Shayk, Ivan the Terrible, Khabib and Joseph Stalin. Two in defensive midfield, it's Tchaikovsky and Black Widow, with three just ahead of them. It's Alexander Orlov from Compare the Meerkat, Maria Sharapova and Vitas, and it's Vladimir Putin leading the line by himself once more. Alan, interesting team selection for them today. Joseph Stalin comes back in at the back.
Yeah, well, I don't know why that's interesting. I haven't paid much attention to anything really.
And now to Germany, their player of the tournament so far, potentially Karl Marx, is in goal for them once again. Back four of Claudia Schiffer, Hugo Boss, Jurgen Klopp and Boris Becker. Two in defensive midfield, Lothar Matthäus and Albert Einstein patrolling in front of the defence, with Angela Merkel, Michael Schumacher and Ludwig van Beethoven just behind the lone striker today, who is Mr. Augustus Gloop, as Russia get us underway. And seeing as this is the third place playoff, and a slightly less meaningful game than others that have been going on in the World Cup recently, we thought we'd take this chance to do a bit of a Q&A. So we asked you guys to ask us some questions, and during the course of the commentary today, me and Alan and potentially Gary and Michael will be answering our favourite questions that you've asked us, so we can all get to know each other a little bit better. It's going to be very nice, isn't it, Alan?
Yeah, it could be, or it could be not nice, because people might not be happy with the answers, but you know, that's just a fact of life.
Well, we might as well kick straight into it, Alan, if you're happy to. Would you like the first question?
Yeah, shoot. Or head, should I say.
So this one's a question for you specifically, from Ben, who asks, would you rather burn to death or marry Gary Glitter?
Well, Ben, that's a strange question. Obviously, I don't really want to perish in flames. But then marrying Glitter, wow, that is... that'd be quite a chaotic household, so I think I'd choose burning at the stake.
We've got another question coming in for you as well, Alan, from Gary Nichols, who has asked you to please rate your favourite members of the Sugar Babes in order and explain why.
A very specific question, that. I don't actually know the Sugar Babes that well at all. If he'd asked me about Take That, then, you know, I could, but... sorry, Gary.
Another question comes in from Clive Diff, please, who asked, do you make sandwiches for your pets?
Yes, there's special pet sandwiches you can make that aren't poisonous to cats and dogs and seals, so yes, I do. When I make myself one, I make one for my pets, and you can also freeze sandwiches, contrary to popular belief. So I've got a freezer full of frozen sandwiches for my pets.
That's very kind, Alan. Nice that you think of them even when you're preparing your own lunch, as Vitas takes it on the right side. It's played in, but cleared away, and Germany looking to play it clear, but it's all given away here, and Vladimir Putin has the chance to shoot, which he takes, and he smashed it into the top corner. It's a lovely finish. Vladimir Putin, who's been among the goals all tournament for Russia, has got one in the third place playoff, and they lead 1-0.
Well, they say there's no prizes for second place, but apparently there is, and there's also prizes for third place. You get a medal if you finish second, and you get a medal if you finish third. So yeah, there is prizes for second and third place.
There is lovely finish from Vladimir Putin, smashing it across Karl Marx in goal, and Russia take the lead early on here in the first half, about a quarter of the way through the game, and Vladimir Putin leads from the front again.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with Bob Hoskins. Every time, if Russia score, he's angry, and if they concede, he's angry. So, you know, there's no pleasing some people.
No, there's not. Although I'm hoping that you might be able to please Benny Johns, who's got another question for you, Alan. He's asking what your perfect meal deal is.
Another Ben. Okay. Meal deal. Well, that's a tricky one. I do like a chicken Caesar wrap with a whisper gold and a tango.
It's a fairly conventional choice you've gone for there, Alan, considering the items that are on your sandwich menus.
Well, when I make my own sandwiches, obviously I like to mix it up, but you know, you can't ask big chain supermarkets to cater to my flavours that are quite odd.
Do you reckon you'll ever be able to strike up a deal with a big supermarket chain to get your walrus and cheese sandwiches stocked in Tesco or Sainsbury's or something like that?
Oh, don't get me started. I already tried, but failed miserably. I'm actually blacklisted by a number of supermarkets who are approaching them about their sandwich section, so let's not get into that.
Okay, well, we've got another question here from Callum Jones, who's asking if there are any more tournaments lined up after the Celebrity FIFA World Cup has finished on Tuesday. And Callum, I say to you, watch the final, and at the end of the video on Tuesday night, we will be revealing what the next series is here on SonageGaming. Very exciting time, so make sure to watch the whole video when the final comes out on Tuesday night to find out the answer to that question. We've also got a question coming in now for Michael Owen, who's down on the touchline, as he always is for us, from Dan Hand, who's asked, what is Michael's favourite goal this tournament?
I'm not really sure. I think football's all about scoring goals, and my favourite goal would probably be a goal.
So whilst we're on the touchline, we've got our other touchline reporter, Gary Neville, who's been down there for us once again this game. And Val Rendero's got a question for you in this Q&A, Gary. And he asks, if you had to pee on anyone, who would you pee on?
Alan Smith.
That's not a very nice thing to say. But at least if I get stung by a jellyfish, so I can count on Gary.
Yeah, it's nice of him, really, if you think about it, as the half-time whistle is blown. Fairly uneventful first half so far. Vladimir Putin, with the only goal of the game, puts Russia 1 goal into the lead going into the break. Alan, do you see much more excitement happening in the second half?
Well, I'm not really sure what happened that first half because we were too busy answering questions. You know, we saw the goal, but for all I know, 2 people could have been sent off and I didn't see it, so... I don't know about you, but I'm fed up of all these volleys and people using their skill nonsense. Maybe if you miss the good old-fashioned days when people used to knock it in with their head, then my DVD is for you. Heading in the right direction with Alan Smith. You can watch a compilation of all my headers. Like, look at this one. Bang! On me head, son. Not off me head, son. Bang! Oh, watch me nod that one in. Kabama slap. Great header. What a smash of a header that was. Heading in the right direction with Alan Smith. Bang!
And so the second half gets kicked off here. Russia 1-0 up going into the second half in this third place playoff. And as it stands, they will be claiming the bronze medal for the Celebrity FIFA World Cup today. Vladimir Putin with the only goal so far, but we'll launch straight back into some more questions, seeing as this is a special Q&A episode. And Charlie Fairless has asked if we would ever have restarted the channel again if that video hadn't gone viral. And Charlie, I guess potentially not. I mean, I remember I was interviewed on a podcast recently and I said that it was weird, the timing of it, because just a few days before then I'd been watching a load of the old videos that I'd put out on SonageGaming and thinking how much I enjoyed it and how much I'd want to do it again, but just didn't really have an excuse to go back and go into it until that video went viral. And then it gave me and Alan a great chance to get right back into it. And so potentially not, no, but I owe everything to Ty J Main on Twitter, who was the first person to share the video that went absolutely crazy. So Ty, thank you very much. Thanks for bringing us back to SonageGaming. Daniel Haves has asked, do we have a real job? And Alan, what do you say to that?
Well, yeah, I'm a commentator on the Premier League and I used to play professional football for Arsenal, so that's my real job. Thought he would have known that already, but you know.
And Daniel, in response to that, my real job, I do have a real job in inverted commas. I'm a sound engineer and music producer normally, but as it's been lockdown, I haven't actually had that much to do, so SonageGaming has really been kind of a full-time thing, I suppose, over the past few months. The first substitution of the games being made here. Anna Kournikova is coming onto the pitch to replace Vitas down the right-hand side for Russia. We've got another question here from Kingsley Aparaugo, who's asking, Alan, what you think your greatest success is?
Oh, wow. There's a lot to talk about. Let me think. I remember I got my badge for swimming 100 metres when I was 10. That was a big one. Well, I did my Duke of Edinburgh award. That's another one. Worked for charity shop for a while. But the main one is probably only the 98 headers I've scored.
We also had a question from Gregory, and he's pointed out something very true here, because he's asking, why are we taking questions during such a match? He heard that whoever wins the third place playoff will be favourites to win the tournament.
Well, I don't know who he heard that from, but you know, it is a fact. In these games, anything can happen, and just because it's the third place playoff, you can't rule out that they might actually win the whole cup.
We'll go to a question that we had on Twitter now from Callum Glanville, who asks, Big Al, what do you think is better, your sandwiches or your headers for Arsenal?
Oh! Why would you do that? I'm going to have to go with my headers. I do love sandwiches, so you know that says how much I value my 98 headers.
Nathlar on Twitter as well has asked us both, Ronaldo or Messi, who's better? Who do you think, Alan?
Oh, Gascoigne.
We had a question quite a lot about which team we support in real life. I'm a Manchester United fan, and because of that, I've always just slightly preferred Cristiano Ronaldo to Lionel Messi, because he was so wonderful when he played for the club. So that's my answer for that one. Buster on Twitter, at MUFC Buster, who by the way designed all of the kits for the Celebrity FIFA World Cup. He's an absolute legend. As you can see, the kits are gorgeous, so go and give him a follow. His link is in the description. But he's also asked how we met, Alan.
Oh, yeah, that's a tricky one. I remember I was broken down on a country lane, and one of my tyres had gone, and I was wrestling a badger, fighting for my life, and along came this guy who got out of his car and helped me fend off said badger, and he said, do you want to commentate on FIFA with me? And I said yes, and here we are now.
Well, there goes the full-time whistle. A very dull affair in the third place playoff of the Celebrity FIFA World Cup, but Russia come out on top and claim the bronze medal for the tournament. Germany, in the end, finishing in fourth place. A slightly uneventful game, but Russia will be delighted with their tournament, I think. Before the tournament started, you might not have guessed they'd get this far, but they've had a really good tournament, and they finished in third.
Yeah, they've had a really good tournament, and you know, like I said before, they finished third, but you can't rule out what might happen in the final. Russia might, you know, edge the other two teams somehow. So it's everything to play for.
And then potentially whoever wins that game would then surely be favourites to win the tournament.
Well, yeah. Logic would suggest that.
Well, thank you very much, everybody, for watching it. Thank you for writing in your questions. Bit of a different video today, but I hope you've enjoyed it and enjoyed getting to know us a little bit better. And there's one final question from Ethan Power here that I'm going to end with, just to see us off. And he asks, would you rather give up sandwiches for the rest of your life or replace all your pets with mini Gary Glitters?
I'll give up sandwiches any day. No one takes Jumbles and Darren from me.